Hey everyone, and welcome to RaiderZ. This is a new action-oriented MMO RPG. I was in the alpha, and I can say it definitely lives up to that name. Alright, so let's get started. This is going to be a first impressions, and I'm going to show you everything that this game has to offer. Well, immediately to players at the start of the game. So, let's check out the options. Admittedly, there's not too many options here. No sliders of any kind. But this does make the game extremely, I guess, easy. Can change volume quickly. And the rendering and the textures and all the effects, it's pretty much all there. Still no sliders, but this makes it really easy. They have some very awesome options that you can click on. A lot of stuff that I wish some MMOs did. So even though there's no sliders, still a lot to do. Especially with the controls. Of course, every MMO needs this. Hotkeys. Alright. Basically that's that. Options, done. Let's check out the character customization is super good. We're gonna skip that today. This is my character. This is Skylant. Also, the game runs amazingly. I have a mid-range, I'm playing on MacBook Pro, so not a high-end computer, but I'm still playing on the highest settings. Runs well, especially while recording and in my native resolution, which is something I almost never do. Alright, you move with WASD, and you can attack with the mouse buttons, and also the number keys. So if you've played Vindictus, Dragon Nest, or Terra, this will seem very familiar to you. One thing though that it does have above all three of those is that it's like Terra, but it's free to play. And it's like Dragon Nest and Vindictus, but it's open world. Absolutely fantastic, absolutely awesome. So, let's do some quests. Now, I have to admit, I have played this before in the alpha. I won my way in with an art contest, so I played it before. And the quests, even if you don't read them all, you can still sort of get a, I guess, a hint of what's going on. You don't need to read it. And early on, you'll find out that fighting is kind of difficult. So, alright, you see some big monsters already, it seems. And wow, you start off killing boars. But in this game, you kind of start off just freaking monster hunting, so let's do that. Dodging is integral. Dodging, blocking, all that. I'm playing the Berserker class. See there, successful dodge is successful. And loot. I like how they did this. They have the acquire, and then you can just hit E again, and you pick it all up. Sadly though, it's not too realistic. Not like I could just loot his shield, an awesome looking sword. But possibly they drop. One thing that does happen though, is that when you're fighting certain monsters, parts of the monster will drop off, and you can use it as weapons. For instance, there's this crab, and it's got sort of this armor that it drops. You can pick up the armor and use it as a shield. The shield itself could be used as a weapon. So it's very, very similar to Monster Hunter. Think of this as a Monster Hunter MMO, which is something they kind of boast about. Alright, this person pulled the monster and turns gray. So it's very much like World of Warcraft in that sense. Not like Guild Wars. That's one thing I don't like. I really love Guild Wars' sense of questing. But I really think this game is good otherwise. In fact, I think it may be superior in skill because of how you have to aim every attack. Now, there's no travel mode like Continent of the Ninth or DC Universe, so you're going to be kind of moving slow. There are, however, mounts that you can acquire, and they look really cool, of course. It's a staple for lizardmen. Tab switches weapons. And yes, using different weapons gives you different attacks. So I'm playing as the Berserker class, and the Berserker class is a damage dealing class. And then there's the Defender class, which is meant for defense. Obviously, there's a Sorcerer class. I'm sorry, one more Lizardman. And then there is a Cleric class. They've also announced that they are doing a Rogue class, and apparently a Archer class, but it is not known yet if they are both the same class or if they are separate classes. Not exactly sure. Dueling, you can, however, duel. So let's watch these two friends duel. As you can see, you absolutely have to aim. Even the magic spells, they're aimed with precision. These are pretty intense. Now, I think what this game has going for it is its boss battles. Partying up with a teammate helps, but they're still very, very hard. In fact, anything past these very start monsters are actually kind of difficult. Fighting a boar is actually really challenging, and then there's different types of boars, electric boars, normal boars, and you have to learn every monster's sort of traits, like what they do before a big attack so you can plan it and dodge it. However, it is awesome because with enough skill, you can take on multiple enemies, or without enough skill, you can't even kill one. So the game is extremely skill-based. Pretty sure this is an electric boar. Let's try it out. A Hodger. There we go. Now, the AI for the beginning monsters are purposely sort of dumbed down. And there's the first city. But later on, the monsters get quite challenging, actually. But it is awesome because even if you are no health, you have pretty much no hope at all, with enough skill and enough planning, you can push through it. There is no, I don't know. I guess it keeps you on your toes, because anything really can happen. Anything at all. So this first little city is based on this group of pirates, I guess? I'm not quite sure. It's like they were pirates or something. I know there aren't pirates. There's a pirate cove and stuff. I think it was like the leader used to be a pirate and then switched gears or something. I don't want to spoil anything because this questline is actually really cool and really memorable. But they also do sort of phases. So at one point you will come into a dungeon, but you'll come back out to here, but you'll just be you and your party, and then you'll see sort of a changed environment. Here's one of the mounts apparently. Actually looks really awesome. The weapon crafting in this game is pretty neat. You have to actually go into the crafting guy. You have to give him the materials so he can craft it. Your questing is your generic sort of MMO questing. So if you didn't like Terra's questing or World of Warcraft's questing, you probably won't like this questing. But they do make it really easy, so you just pick everything up. And I promise you, the main quests are actually interesting to read. But unlike Dragon Nest, they don't highlight those quests, so you don't know if it's worth your time to read it or not. Which is something I suggest. I think they should do that. So if you want to see a duel, maybe I can get a guy to duel me. Crap. Far too early. Let's try to get in close after I dodge his attacks. Damn. Out of reach. Okay, I'll get in close. I'll dodge. And then turn around and strike him. Ah, missed.
Your stamina is too low to use this skill.
One more time. Absolutely! As you can see, the game is very skill-based and really exciting, even though it is low level. I think this game has a ton of just improvement that it can do, but right now I think it's actually just really fun. Really fun, and I think it's just open to the world. It can do many things now that it has the basis. Crafting is fun, exploring's fun. Just overall, it's a pretty, I guess, when you first look at it, it's just a basic free-to-play. But then it can be so much deeper with the PvP and the battle system. It can just do so much more. So if you're really PvP oriented, or you like to play with friends, and you really like taking on those hard challenges, I think this game is for you. Definitely not an easy game, especially depending on how you play it. So you should definitely give RaiderZ a shot. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a ton of fun. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Skylent, and happy hunting.